famous Steamer Lane in Santa Cruz was introduced to the Surftech Shootout in 2008. Today, with the addition of the Surf and Sand Dual Sup Race, this event has quickly become one of the most sought-after sup-surf events in the world. Don't miss the live broadcast, airing March 23rd through the 24th.
All right, it looks like we're back here live, Cowles Beach. The Surftech event is about to kick off, and I'm sitting here in the live broadcast booth. It looks like Dave Bainey's here by me.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
All right, doing well.
Yeah.
I guess you're nursing a little bit of a flu, not ready for the race season right now?
Yeah, nursing a little bit of a cold. I'm really disappointed because every time I come up to race, it's usually raining or hailing or something crazy, and it's just so beautiful today, and I really want to be racing, but it's just not the smartest thing to do. But you got to surf heat later today, and it's funny how you could actually, you could surf kind of sick.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't race sick, so I'm in the box with you, so I'm stoked. We got the best seat in the house, and a lot of good guys up and ready to race today. I'm actually really excited to watch it unfold.
No, it's going to be great. We got a little shore pound coming in, so hopefully we time things right. We kick them off with a little excitement.
Oh, yeah.
Mix things up.
Yeah, can't make it easy for them.
No, it's good to wait for that nice little set coming in and then start the race. So
yeah, we got to keep it interesting for sure.
So were you here in the past back when we had the hail?
Yes. Yeah.
Crazy weather, huh?
I mean, everyone's wearing wetsuits.
Oh, yeah.
And just you're so cold, and I mean, it's just a beautiful California day. It's warm, no suits. Barely anything on. People are wearing barely anything, and I mean, it's sheet glass right now too. It's just
it's gorgeous.
Epic morning.
Yeah, I remember that race. We actually were talking to the Coast Guard. They were maybe going to call that event. I mean, it was pretty bad, and maybe changing the course around. But today, I mean, we got perfect blue skies, no fog anywhere, gorgeous day. So primo race conditions.
For sure.
We'll be seeing some fast times, and it's always fun to see them, and they're mixing them up, making them run down the beach. So this isn't your normal paddle race.
Yeah.
So it's good. We talked about stretching it out in the past and making that run a little bit longer. So we had some. Always get a little feedback from that. They always the paddlers want to keep the run as short as they can.
Yeah, they complain, hey, this is a paddle race, not a running race.
We got some fit athletes. It looks like they're lining up, making their way towards the water. So this is going to be exciting.
Yep.
We got the long course, the short course. We got them all. We got the Groms, the elite. Everybody takes off together. So it's going to be a little bit of mayhem.
I'm super excited for the start. We're going to probably have a look for Anthony Vela, last year's winner. Matty Becker, as well as Slater Trout is in town. They're going to be near the front for sure.
We got some heavy hitters, and it's going to be fun to see as the sport progresses and changes. Everybody's talking about the little chop down quick stroke, get your hand off the end of the T-paddle. I know Quick Blade is talking about that. They had a little broadcast the other day. They're putting a little grip on their paddle.
I saw that.
You got the grip yet?
I used the grip for sure, but I wanted to call Jimmy and get one of those little griptions he's got.
Yeah, I forget what he called it, but no, it's great. The sport just keeps evolving as fast as it can. And so it's going to be fun to see who takes off as quick.
Oh, I love this. Look, they're backing them up. I'm getting butterflies right now, and I'm not even racing. Like, I got the little twirl in my stomach. Oh, look at Vela.
He's making the approach. It looks like he's counting his steps.
Look at that.
Getting ready to just
I think that's kind of a ninja mind game. Like,
he's messing with him. That's it.
He's got his jersey with #1 on the back and his name. He gets to wear that because he won last year. He's just putting out the vibes right now.
Putting out the vibes, saying, yeah, short pound, no problem for me. Let me just spin this race board around real quick and ride this wave in.
I love it.
Yeah, little mind games. It's all fun. I think they got about, 2.6 miles to go on this little short dash. Come back, run down the beach, and then they go for a little bit longer paddle. It's really cool. We take them all the way out. Last year, I know the waves were huge. And that second paddle, take them out through indicators out the middle peak. Not as much swell in the water today, but it's going to still have some pretty exciting moments here in the short pound.
Oh, for sure. I've already seen people get bucked over the bars.
Oh, we saw some people getting hammered. Just yard sale stuff everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
No, it's good. This is exciting. We got some people out here. The locals coming in, checking out what's going on. Lots of people grabbing their cameras. Out in the water, out on the pier. Really cool, spectator-friendly venue.
Definitely. Off the pier, on the beach. They're going to run under the pier, under people on the pier. So, yeah, this is a great little venue.
All those smiles, all those high fives, and all those friends, they all just turn into serious competitors right now.
Oh, yeah.
The serious game face is on. It's kind of cool. We got a little money on it this year as well.
Yep, that always helps to bring the good guys out.
That's right.
Slater all the way from Maui. Vela from, Orange County. We've got a bunch of guys from Orange County. We got guys from Tahoe region. And, of course, the NorCal contingency is prevalent for sure.
Yeah, well represented. They know this water well. Looks like we're bringing them down to the starting line, so we're going to let this go probably live and let it hear. I think we got Duke down there from Surftech on the microphone. Hopefully it looks like we'll have a horn start moving towards the water's edge. Men and women. I know Allison Riddle's here, Candace Appleby, a couple of those names, Morgan Hostry from Hawaii, she came over.
Yep.
So
the whole Surftech team is here, basically. I think except Jamie Mitchell. So all their top guys, Maddie Becker.
No, it's going to be great. I saw Maddie. He was talking about trying to win the surf and the race. Wants to get both titles in 1 year.
He could do it. He won the surf last year.
Yep. Looks like the 60-second call. We're about a minute out from the start of this race. Looks nice and flat. Unfortunately, Mother Ocean's cooperating too well for us this year. It's going to make it too easy for these.
It's going to be a nice, easy
entry. That's all right. So what's your strategy on a race like this? You go give it your all. I mean, it's not real long, and you get that breather with the run.
Yeah. You want to kind of try to get out with the front pack and hang with them, and kind of just get in your pace. And I always try to run before this one, and I try to go fast on the run.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what Slater does. He actually does a lot of running.
Yeah, there's got to be a little strategy in all this. There's the horn. We're live.
So there it is.
Right to their feet as quick as they can. A little chop down stroke.
Yep, there we go. So right away you could see Slater Trout taking the whole shot. As expected, Anthony Vela right behind him. We got Maddie Becker in the orange right behind him. So 1, 2, 3. Not surprised at all.
No, just how it's supposed to unfold, folks, right there.
Looks like we got a good start from Willis Brown as well. He's in 4th right behind Vela. And wide is Chance Fielder. Who else do I see? I see Griffin on the starboard out in there as well. And then Chuck Glynn's hanging tight too. So definitely a strong leading pack as expected. The guys I expected in front are in front.
That's
so
that's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. No, it's neat to see. What most people don't realize is that starting pack, you get the aerated water, the paddles moving through, a little unstable. Those guys that want to win this, they want to get out there first, get out in that clean water. And then you get the fun part of drafting coming in. Once they start to develop their own wake and they start cruising. Yep. We're going to see who's leading that train out there.
There will be a lot of drafting tactics and that going on for sure. This isn't a WPA sanctioned event, so there's no drafting rules. You could draft gender, you could draft board class, anything goes basically.
You got animals out there, you got boats out there, you got whatever little wave you can ride. It's free.
It is free.
No, that's great. That makes it fun.
I'm trying to pick out some of the women.
Yeah, you know what? I hate to say it, but they just didn't have a showing out there at the very beginning, but I know they're going to make their way out towards the front.
I think I see Candace out there. She's kind of to the right of the lead men's pack.
She'll pass plenty of those guys. That's the nice part about Candace. She's always up there up front, hanging out with the best of this event. Looks like some pretty young Groms out there. A couple prone paddlers keeping it completely mixed up. Looks like maybe even a couple first-time paddlers. We got some people just making their way out through the water.
Yeah, there's always people trying to race for the first time, having some fun. I believe they let everybody off, so there's short course participants as well as the long course elite guys. So I think that's kind of fun. If you're a first-time racer and doing the short course, you could stand next to Slater Trout and Anthony Vela and start the race.
Every year we do the Jay Moriarty race, and I have the same board, Jamie Mitchell, his signature board, and I tease every year. I get to start, and I'm hanging out, and I'm surfing neck and neck with Jamie Mitchell.
That's so
right
cool.
up until the start of the race.
Right. Yeah, no.
It's pretty funny.
Just to have that feeling on the front lines with those guys is pretty cool.
No, it's amazing. All you athletes that put in the time to train and true specimens. I mean, it's a serious sport, and it's really progressed a lot. So what's your training schedule? You want to share a little inside secrets about how much you train and what you do for your training?
Yeah, this year I'm concentrating more on the surf events. Last 2 years I've been racing quite a bit, and so I'm kind of picking and choosing the races I want to do. And this is the kind of race I like to do where there's a lot more elements involved, the oceans and the swells and things like that. So I did a lot of running and everything to get prepared for this. It's just a bummer I had to be sick this week, but yeah, we have a solid crew down in. I'm from Dana Point, so we have a solid crew of paddlers that we all kind of train together and mix it up and do sprints and whatever, and we do some weight training and things, and it's fun to have a group of people that like a support system kind of gets you amped up and keep you in check when you're feeling lazy.
That's good.
So I'm hand selecting some events so I have some time to train for them and hit the surf events as well. So
do you have a favorite? You have a favorite event that you've done in the past?
I mean, Battle of the Paddle is always the best.
That's good.
Because everybody's there. And
yeah, that's a lot of energy down there.
Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, it has more elements and stuff. I really like the Victory Core Dry races. Yeah. Sprinting in and out of the surf. Some of the flatwater races can be fun too. Like the race of the Lake of the Sky is really fun. They have
it's pretty
those
great
gate.
venue.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. You got the gate sprints and all those things, and I mean, there's so many cool races around. It is to the point where you have to schedule them out.
Oh, you do. No, there's a couple races every weekend all over the place. So it's neat that we got so many elite paddlers coming in here and checking things out at the Surftech event.
Yeah,
keeping it fun. Such a great place to come and hang out. And it's cool. You get the race in the morning, you get to surf in the afternoon. I mean, what's better than that?
And then after race day, you can start having a cerveza or two.
That's right. I mean, you got the boardwalk. You get to hang out. Spring break. I mean, it's where it's happening right now.
All right. Looks like they're just getting to the tip of the pier, rounding it, making that left shoulder turn. They're going to head down to the river mouth, and there's a buoy down there. How far is that from the pier to the buoy, you think?
It's just about a mile. So they're going to head down almost all the way to the river mouth there at the harbor entrance.
Yep.
And we've got our buoy down there, and they'll make their way back, and that's going to be, it's like 2.6 miles round trip.
Okay.
And everybody does that first lap. That's the completion of the paddling for the short course. Then, of course, they get to come in and run. So most people, they think they've paddled, and that's a pretty good short course, 2.6 miles.
Yeah.
And a lot of folks think they're done with that 2.6 miles, but not here today. No, Surftech, we're making run down the beach and see what kind of athletes they are. But no, it's fun to see these pros because, like you said, I mean, the run, you can make up some quick time.
Yeah, I'm really curious. I love how we're right here by the run. They got to run right in front of us. I'm so curious to see, like, who sprints, who's kind of jogging.
Who's taking it easy.
I'm hoping the lead guys are really close.
Yeah.
I want to see them shoulder to shoulder.
No, that's it.
You know what I mean? I want to see if someone tries to make a move. That would be the best.
Yeah, in motocross, they got the name, they call it bar to bar when they're racing side by side. Here, I think they're running with their paddles. So, I mean, I think anything goes. You got that paddle in your hand.
Yeah, you have to run that quarter mile with your paddle. You're right.
No, this is going to be fun. So, mixing things up. Yeah, hopefully we get some on-course updates, see who's leading this thing. We've got a couple people stationed down the beach. Looks like we're getting a replay of the start here right now.
Yeah, a little instant replay from the start. you can see, you know, it's a big factor. Half the people get a clean start, half the people don't, and you know that's really the difference of getting into that lead pack. So it's actually really important to, you know, it's like when you golf, you don't practice your chipping and putting it much. You just want to whack balls.
That's it.
Well, you know, when you're training paddling, it's very, very important to practice beach starts. You know, and all the best guys have that perfect skim, and they're always in front for a reason.
So you talked about your training group. Do you guys ever do that? Do you stage a start?
For sure,
you put the boards on their sides. I mean, do you have a set way that you like to do it to carry the middle grip? I mean, Jamie Mitchell's got that handle on the side of his board, and so it looked like he placed that purposely for the elimination rounds that he put together with that heat race that he likes to put on.
For sure, like that's all things you got to figure out and what works best for you. And you know, Jamie with his lifeguard background, his board's set up like a lifeguard rescue boat or board. So he's got different handles. Some guys grab it through the middle. Some guys grab it at the top. You know, which hand you can put that paddle in. Are you going to start your stroke on your left hand or your right hand? All these weird factors that you have to figure out before race day.
That's right. No, it's good to know what you're doing before you get out in the water and the waves are coming, and you got to kind of make it all up. Yeah,
and the best guys, they have that all figured out. And, you know, that's what separates them from, you know, the average paddler. You're kind of like fumbling. You know, what do I do?
Right.
You know?
No, it was interesting to see. I mean, Slater Trout grabbed the whole shot there real quick right off the start, and he was choked down and probably about a foot off the end of that paddle.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
that stroke return was fast. I mean, he was in there super quick, bent way over, not really worrying about that long reach and that positive paddle entrance, and he was just getting the paddle in the water and getting it done.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Connor and Slater and guys like that have proven that choke down grip to be a fast sprint, you know, a fast first gear. So you're going to see a lot of the top guys. There's a handful of guys that, you know, swore they would never do that, but they're doing it now. And
oh, I'm sure.
It's been proven. You know, once you have Jimmy Terrell talking about it in a little clip, you know, there's something to it because he's the mad scientist.
Yeah, the mad scientist with the flume. He sees that water going around, and
yeah, of course,
you don't know what's going on in that place, but you know, coming out with true results. And that's the thing is when you got the top paddlers, and then a couple of them are doing that, and they're pulling away from the pack. It's something that even though you swore it off, you might want to start looking into it.
For sure. And yeah, I mean, you could the three guys that were out in front, Slater, Matt, and Vela, they all did that grip.
Right.
And they'll do it for a couple hundred yards, and then you switch to your other grip and get in your groove.
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually watched them, and as they went out, about halfway out, two of them went back to that choke down grip.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, trying to make that jockeying the moves, trying to get past somebody. It is one of those things where everybody's almost sprinting the whole time.
Right.
And so to change that gear and to do something to try to advance past the board or kind of move past the next person.
Yep, exactly like you said. It's another gear in your stroke. A lot of guys will use it like heading into a buoy and out of a buoy, upwind, you know, even downwind to catch that extra bump or whatever. It's just exactly shifting your gears, and it's a good tool. That's a cool shot. I guess we have someone off the pier, huh?
They got cameras all over. We're hanging out here with the motherboard next to us, and we get to see all these great shots. We get to watch the race sitting on a couch. I don't know if it gets any better than this.
Dude, Supconnect, Andre and the crews got this thing dialed this year, boys.
Taking care of business, bringing it to the world. Hopefully you folks, wherever you're watching us from, got your mobile device, sitting in a coffee shop, you're at home on your couch, whatever you're doing. Hopefully you're having a great time just like we are here at Cowles Beach, Santa Cruz, California, home of Surftech. Constant innovators in the sport, keeping it fun, keeping it real out here.
Yeah, we got to give a shout out to Duke putting on the Surftech Shootout. He's just killing it. This thing is run so tight and smooth, and they do a great job getting the word out and partnering with Supconnect. There's a lot of exposure for this event, and I'm surprised more big guys don't come. But I think after this one, it's going to attract more guys even more because they're doing such a good job this year.
One more time. Excellent. All right. It sounds like we've got some pre-recorded videos. We're going to go to those here in just a bit. We're going to come back live here. Got people walking by having a good time out in the sun in Santa Cruz. So, again, Surftech Shootout here. Cowles Beach. Got some surfing a little bit later on in Steamer Lane, but we're going to make a move over to some pre-recorded videos. Enjoy.
today in the race, I am going to be using one of my signature prototypes shaped by Joe Bark, produced by Surftech. It's a really exciting new process that we have. You know, I get to try lots of different boards that Joe builds, and then we choose the final one and we send it to be mass produced. So the board I'm riding today is one of a couple, you know, during the production process and the prototype process, and it's the one that we almost sent to Thailand, but we sent the other one. So otherwise I'd be riding the one that we sent off, but that one's off being mass produced so that the whole world can enjoy it. So very similar board, just a hair wider in the tail. Should be really fun for the nice glassy conditions that we're gonna have in Santa Cruz. For the race, I'm gonna be...
So the board I will be riding is a Boardworks Infinity 12.6 by 26 inches. It will be the first time I'll be racing this board. Maybe the first time I've ever paddled it, who knows? No, I've paddled it once or twice. Anyways, so I'll be riding the Slater Trout fin by FCS, or perhaps I will be trying the Danny Ching FCS fin, but I also have my hands on one of the very few signature Candace Appleby race fins that's coming out by FCS in 2014. So I might be trying that one. I've got a new board, I have to figure out what fin I'm riding. For paddles, I will be paddling my Quick Blade Elite Racer 90. It is cut at 77 inches, so that's about 5 inches above my head. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to be racing in. I believe that the temperatures call for, you know, pretty good weather. So the last couple years I've raced in a Buell wetsuit, long leg, short arm. This year I'm pretty sure I'm going to just be in shorts and a racing jersey.
You know, otherwise you're screwed.
That's crazy.
All right, we're back on the action here. Looks like they made the first buoy turn. Heading back our way.
Oh man, the butterflies, it's going to be fun to see this run. Looks like we got swimmers out in the water. We got people practicing for their kayak surf contest going out of there at Steamer Lane. But right here, Cowles Beach, the Surftech Shootout.
Yeah, it's hard to pick out exactly who's out in front and whatnot, but I would be expecting it's the usual suspects.
Yeah, I doubt things have changed too much. It's just going to be fun to see. I mean, you can actually make up a lot of time, and that's the fun of mixing these things up. And I know Duke at Surftech, long tradition of participating, loving events, running events, triathlons, and a lot of things. We've seen Surftech helping out with the Ironman events. It's great to see them in the water safety. But what's cool about this is you can make up so much time on a run. You got your Ironman athletes. Everyone knows you cannot win by swimming faster than everyone else. And the bike's real important. The run's real important. And here, even though that run is short, you take a guy that paddles real fast or a lady that paddles real fast and they can't run at all.
Yeah.
And they're running that 12, 13-minute mile.
Oh, yeah.
It can change things real quick.
Yeah, if you're not training for the run, you're going to get gassed.
So have you ever had the desire to paddle over to Catalina, run a half marathon, and paddle home?
I have not, no.
We need to find some of those folks because I think some of them are running around.
Yeah, there's probably a couple in this race.
Yeah, I think Morgan's here and Bark's here, so we need to find out what's going on inside some of their minds.
Yeah, no, it's great. There's a bunch of, like, Joe Bark's hanging out down here. Bob Pearson I saw on the beach. We got Dave Mailer from Boga. Bunch of the guys are downtown. The Riviera crew's out here.
That's kind of cool. Kind of the who's who in paddling. Kind of.
Yeah. Good turnout for sure.
Open this up to the world, get this live feed out there to show the excitement. And this is what the weather's supposed to be like. I mean, we won't talk about past years and inch and a half, 2 inches of hail on the beach. Everybody putting on snow booties.
Yeah, my memories from last year was just being, I think I was like wet the whole time, indoor and outdoor.
Yeah, it was bad.
Really cold and drank lots of coffee. Trying to make out.
Yeah, trying to see. I was looking on the monitor there. I can't tell.
On the monitor.
Looks like a pretty tight pack. It looks like maybe one person's kind of branched off their side.
Yeah, I can't tell if that.
So what's your? Let's talk about some drafting here. These people, you know, they're out there paddling right now. They're working together as a group.
Right.
What's your thought on that? Tell me. I mean, do you like the draft? Do you like the lead? Where do you fit in the old drafting thing? Because I know that's a
I'm
pretty
actually,
hot topic.
Yeah, I'm in favor of drafting, only because it brings more like tangibles and excitement to the race. And there's that argument where, say someone led the draft train the whole race and he ends up getting third at the end because the two guys past him. You got to think about it. That's the lead guy's fault of not communicating. Like, hey, you guys get up here and pull, or.
He does have a choice. He can always stop.
He has a
leading.
choice.
All right. No.
And then the argument would be like, well, I was paddling and no one came up. Well, dude, stop paddling.
Stop paddling.
You know what I mean? Stop paddling.
That's that setting the pace. I totally agree with you.
So I'm a fan of it because it does get tactical. Because if you're in like fifth in the draft train and you want to try to get second, it's hard to pass those guys. You're bumping rails. You're trying to squeeze in. There's a lot of barking. You'll start barking with your best friend, and it makes it fun.
That does. No, that's neat.
It's like a 3-on-3 b-ball blacktop.
That's
game.
Oh.
Start talking trash to your best friends.
Trash talking, elbows throwing, paddle. I mean, you got a weapon in your head. So that's good.
So I mean, guys like Connor, Slater, guys like who are always leading the race, I'm sure they get a little annoyed with it. But as I said, it's on them to fall back, conserve, get back out, work with each other. And then there's kind of like an unwritten rule that the last kind of leg, everyone breaks off and it's a sprint. It's always terrible if you're going to draft the guy to the beach and you beat him on the sprint up you don't do that.
Right.
So
it looks like we're looking at the course right here, the breakdown. We got the start, which you got to see the live mass start, everybody, long course, short course. We got turn 1, so everybody paddled straight out the ocean all the way around the end of the pier. Turn 2, they paddled down the coast all the way to the harbor mouth, came back around that buoy. That's the short and the long on turn 2, and then they come back basically round the end of the pier and right into the beach. So the end of the wharf right now, we're getting an update. The leaders are passing the end of the wharf, so we're actually going to see a visual ourselves here.
So are they passing the pier right now, or are they coming directly in?
They go around the end of the pier, and then they come back towards us. So there's no set buoy or anything. They just make a beeline for that big red arch up there on the sand.
Gotcha.
They come in, they drop the board, they carry the paddle, and then they're going to run right by us. So it's great. We're about, I'd say, 150, 200 yards from that spot where they dismount the boards, and then they're going to be sprinting down the beach.
Okay, so looks like they're at the tip of the pier. They should be rounding it again and heading straight for us. We'll get a better visual on who's in the front. Get you guys an update. There's definitely a pack that's kind of separated themselves in the front, so I'm super curious to see who's in that mix. I can't wait, because there should be a couple surprises in it, I'm willing to bet. Usual suspects with a couple little sneaky guys in there.
So that looks like they're paddling. The elites are on the 12.6. Do you know exactly how fast you paddle a 12.6 board in open water like this?
Yeah, I mean,
you track that GPS?
For sure. There's so many elements, so you can't say exactly how fast.
But just give me a ballpark when you're training with your friends.
I mean, if the fastest guys, I think definitely try to paddle 6 miles an hour or faster. That's really hard to do on a 12.6 over the course of a race.
Look at that group. They came around. They came around the end of that pier. Water safety's making their mark.
Oh yeah, here they come.
Looks like 5-6 people, kind of a tight little pack there.
I still can't make it out who is in the mix, but looks like there's that's a solid pack. That's looking like 5 to 8 people.
And this is where it gets fun with Surftech and this creative idea is they come in here and the separation between the first person that pack to the back person. I mean, you're talking a half a second.
Yeah.
And you're going to hit the sand, and you can make up a half a second to sprint run real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So this is going to be fun. They paddle just about 2 miles. I think it's 2.6 miles by the time they hit the sand. They're going to make their way up on the beach, drop off the board. And I do believe it's like self-board placements. So that's the whole thing. It's like dismount, how quick do I jump off? Do I carry my board? Am I placing off to the side?
Right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if there's...
Do I remember where I placed my board?
Where is my board?
No, all these fun things to figure out.
I know a couple of guys strategically placed water bottles and like a gel shot or, some goos.
That's it.
Through the chicane.
Now, as the sport evolves, so many things change. I know I was up announcing last year. We had the Tahoe Nalu and Jamie Mitchell We had Chase Kosterlitz. He was coming into the finish line.
Oh, yeah.
And Jamie Mitchell dismounted, and he actually ran on water. I mean,
that's a famous ending right there.
It was incredible. And that's the thing is, I mean, I put on triathlons and work with a bunch of different races, and it's like I was teasing. I said, do we need to physically make a dismount line where it's illegal to dismount early? But I said, you know what? If a person can run on water, let's let them run on water.
Hey, and he had the full lifeguard technique. You know,
that side swing, the side swing gallop,
knee bend thing. But no, that's other things that I like.
Love it.
That people have to know and search for and remember.
And he should be rewarded. I mean, if you're a true waterman like that and you spent so many years in the lifeguard system and knowing how to get around the water, and if you know you can run fast to save a person's life in 2 feet of water and then use it for your advantage later, I'm going to say go ahead and use it. But, yeah, you look out there right now, you see a tight little train.
Yeah, I think what I'm seeing is I want to say Matt Becker's in first, with Slater in second. Oh, wait, no. Anthony Vela, I believe, is in first.
Yeah, it looks like that's a deep, long stroke. Anthony Vela, I get to see him a lot leading a lot of races. And
AV's leading the pack.
Looks like Matt Becker's maybe in third in those
orange shorts. I think it's AV, Slater, Matt Becker. It's hard to tell what's going on after that.
Nice little lines, kind of pushing them in a little bit.
All right, so let me see here. Okay, so it looks like. Oh, wait a minute. That could be Chuck Glenn right there with AV as well.
And this is the full-on sprint to get to the get off the water, get out on the run. Putting a little gap on the little group there, the person in the lead right now.
Yeah, hey, Chuck Glenn is leading right now, and I'm not going to say it's a surprise because Chuck Glenn's legit. But
there's some big names out there.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Chuck is on it right now. Chuck is leading. Slater's in second. Matty Becker in third. Anthony Vela's down to fourth. It's hard to say who's in fifth. There's Chance Fielder hanging in sixth. He's backing up the kind of the front group, and I want to say seventh. That might look like Ben Sarazin.
Here's where the fun comes. The little waves coming in.
Oh, this is
nice
insane.
Group of 6.
I love this. I love that Chuck Glenn's leading right now.
That Chuck's trying to catch that wave, use it to his advantage to pull away from the group. The group gets to separate right there.
Oh, look at this.
See, he's grabs the wave all the way in, ditches the board.
Okay, so you don't have to get your own board.
Then we got board caddies out there. It looks like junior lifeguards are out there, full wetsuits, making sure everybody's safe.
All right, so here we go. Running through the chicane, Chucky Glenn from San Diego. He's actually running pretty fast.
This is pretty good. I mean, we got some dry sand. They're going to run back down here by the packed sand. They got to go under the pier.
Oh, look at Andre. He's right there in the mix as well. So here we go. There's Chuck Glenn, everybody. San Diego leading the pack right now. Slater Trout is right behind him. Look at Slater.
Chuck's got the grimace, and Slater's already made up.
Running.
Yeah, he's just kind of.
Oh, my gosh. Andre just interviewed Anthony Vela on the run. I think I might have, I wouldn't even looked at Andre.
Anthony Vela would stop. He'd have a sandwich right now, just having a good time. That guy is
Anthony
always
Vela is
smiling.
the most friendly person on the planet, I think. So there's Anthony, Matty Becker. I don't know his name. He was on a boga board. There's Chance Fielder. Chance is stoking me right now too, because
that's great.
Chance is kind of more known for his distance stuff.
Right.
He has a racing, bike racing background, so he has gnarly endurance.
Got the endurance, got the cardio. It's cool to see. We got some bent paddles running.
Hey, Brody, how's it happening? How's it going?
I'm just stoked to be behind the lead pack, man. This is going good.
Hey, Brent, how are you doing here, Brent?
What up, buddy? How are you? I don't feel good.
I love how they're getting interviewed.
Live interview running down the beach.
Come again?
Outstanding. Quick run all the way back. Looks like we've swapped
Yeah, boys.
leads.
Here we go. We're going to go with Slater.
All right, here we go. Looks like Slater is – he kind of –
All right, Slater Trout, how are we doing?
Oh, my gosh.
Really good.
Hey, looking solid. Slater Trout, everyone. Okay, here we go. Check in. How's it going? Woo,
Andre on the spot, dude.
Okay, they're pushing.
I'm sure they
And
love
they're
that
pushing
microphone
hard.
just
So we're
shoved
going to
right in
get
their
Anthony Vela
Yeah,
here.
Chance, let's go, buddy.
All righty, Anthony, looking solid.
Matt Becker's passing me.
Later truck passes up third place, guys.
That's awesome. You hear that right there, Anthony Vela giving the shout out as he's getting past it. Matt Becker.
Interview on the way back.
There's Matt Becker. There's Matt Becker.
Hey, there's the first women's Candace Appleby right there.
No surprise right there, Candace.
I don't see another girl for quite a bit.
Not for a while.
She's quite ahead of the women's field. All right, so what do we got? Slater's back out in front. Chucky's right there.
Oh, we got some good short pound right now, cleaning out some of the riders.
Oh, yeah. There's Morgan Horstery coming in. So it looks like Slater and Chuck's kind of made a move ahead of the pack there. First is Slater, second's Chuck Glenn. Right now, third place is, where's that?
That's Matt Becker.
Matt Becker. And then Anthony Vela, Chance Fielder, and then the one guy I don't know.
The mystery man. We'll
Mystery
find out.
man.
We'll find out the mystery man.
I like that, though. All right, we got our second girl competitor.
Second female coming by right now. Water's probably a little bit cooler than she's used to.
Yep.
Nice job, Morgan, out for a run.
Yeah, Morgan.
She's no stranger to running. She's part of that crazy crew with Bark. They head over there and some Surftech riders.
Yeah, they do a bunch of crazy stuff.
Paddle out to Catalina, run a half marathon, paddle home.
There's Candace.
There's Candace coming.
Let's see if Andre tries to talk to Candace and if Candace tackles him.
Hello, here we have Candace Appleby just running down the beach, about to finish her beach run. Hey, Candace, how's the race going?
It's good. I got water in my booty, so it's making my legs heavier.
There you go, Candace Appleby running with a little bit of extra weight, but still holding the lead, so and looking solid.
All those things to think about. Wearing the booties in the run, thinking
Did you get that?
Yeah, if you're hearing that at home, we've got a roving reporter out there. I think Andre just got taken out by a wave, so.
Hey, here's female number 3. That is Allison Riddle.
Surftech team rider Allison Riddle staying strong. Looks like our top 3 females.
Yeah, that was the top 3. No surprise there as well.
No, it's good. Things are working out as they should be. Morgan on her way back from the run, quick turnaround, and then back out all the way through pretty much to Middle Peak, Steamer Lane. If the waves are pumping, that's where they'd be out there.
This run looks longer than it is for some reason to me. It goes all the way down to the arcade building down there. And I mean, I don't want to walk there now.
No, it's not a fun walk. And they're running with their paddle. And as their heart rate's pumped up, paddling as fast as they can. That's right. We're getting some commentation out from some spectators off to the side.
Yep.
Talking about our nice accommodations here. We got a couch down on the beach, live broadcast.
Yeah, Joe Carberry's up on the from Sup the Mag up on the pier heckling us.
Sup the Mag stepping up, throwing some money at this thing.
Yeah.
Making this official. We got to give the shout out to them. Thanks so much.
Sup the Mag, big supporter for sure. Joe and the boys down there always kind of in the mix of the good events, and those guys do a great job.
That's cool. Now we got the elite paddlers they're heading by, and then we got the everyday folks, just the average people that like to get out there and mix it up, and that's what's cool is these people fitness-minded. Mike Day just ran by. He's at pretty much every event you could find. Looks like Stephen Pugh from Blue Rush out there. Lots of folks jumping on this sport. So much fun. So easy. The whole family gets involved. I mean, I got a lot of children. I got 6 kids.
Yeah, nice.
And we all paddle. We surf together and goof off, and we live up in the foothills, and this has been a sport just welcome into our family.
Yeah, that's what's insane. Like, every age they could do it, Like, you can't just go surf and, you got to watch your grom, get the surf.
Dad likes different waves than Mom likes.
Of course.
But, when you go flat water, everybody's happy. You put the baby on the board and just cruising, having fun. So.
All right, Kristen Thomas running up. I love it. Kristen's part of our Dana Point crew that we train with. She actually, I'm surprised she's racing. She hasn't been training the last 3 weeks. She went on a family vacation, so it's awesome to see her out here.
Right off the vacation, right into the race.
You know it. Hey, there's Joe Bark, too.
Joe Bark cruising by.
He's on prone today, right?
I think he is. And as wet as he looks and with no paddle, I think he's prone it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, no paddle. There's the clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Joe Bark, legendary shaper, in the mix at the Surftech Shootout as well. It's awesome to see.
Got some guys carrying their own hydration.
Yep.
I think Candace and Anthony, they both have the hydration vests on.
Yep.
Carrying their water wherever they go.
I think all those guys in the pack had their hydration pack, except Maddie.
Yeah, Slater had the waist pack. That thing looks huge. Looks like he had a first aid kit in there or something. Yeah. Probably a life vest.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? That's his signature Slater Truck Camelback.
That's it. He's got it all in there. What else do you need?
It's like a little bag of tricks, probably.
So the lead pack's heading all the way out. They went past the break called Indicators right here at Cowles Beach, all the way out to what would be Middle Peak if we had a big swell running, and there's a big green buoy out there. Then they make their way all the way back down to the same course, so this adds a little bit of distance. They're looking at about 6.7 miles round trip total paddling distance, 2 beach runs. So having a great time out here, the live feed. Got to mention again, Sup the Mag coming in big. All of our sponsors.
Whoa, there's guys like limping and still going. This is gnarly.
That's what we see. We got limping. We got people crawling. This is serious stuff. As you see the carnage right now, people coming in, people going out.
I'm wondering if he hurt his leg on the board, on the exit or what, or he's just cramping up. So many things that could go down on this race.
It's like Matt Ivy, a lot of people supporting these events, coming out from all over. I know Matt lives way up, I think up by Reading. Giving the high fives. That's what's so cool. Up and down the beach, high fiving back and forth. Look at this guy's he found some energy.
Whoa.
Like skipping down the beach, having
He could have been hiding under the pier and his friend tagged him and he's like, you do the run.
That's right.
Because, no one's watching that close.
A pinch runner. I don't know. I mean, maybe
a pinch runner. That's what it was. He's looking spry.
That guy, I don't know if he paddled his first leg. That's Monty Roach right there. He's a Virus rep. He's getting in the mix.
Oh, nice.
Funny story about Monty. He, longtime pro snowboarder. I got my first snowboard from him, I'm going to say about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Team Sims.
And Monty, what's his last name?
Roach. Monty Roach. Monty and Chris Roach. So Monty swore he'd never ride a stand-up board.
Oh, they always do.
He swore. Longtime surfer, been surfing forever. I'm like, you know what? We'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, well, Monty's racing.
Of course. He's in the race running, no doubt.
He's not only paddling.
Wearing compression.
He's wearing compression.
He's made a 100% 180-degree turn.
That's right.
Oh, look at the young bucks. They all look spry on the run. Like, check this out.
Yeah.
I forget that girl's name, but she's a new member of Candace and Anthony's performance paddling team.
That's why she has so much energy.
Yeah.
And the smile. It went right with it.
Anybody ready for a break? I want to jump in. Just drop some plugs.
All right. We're going to let Andre.
Andre's going to hop. I think Andre's going to hop in here. We want to talk to Andre about
let's talk about
the
Andre.
roving running interviewer as the elite paddlers are racing.
I'm surprised Andre didn't get tackled or
slapped
something.
or something. Yeah.
Slapped or something like that. So, here, we're going to let Andre in the box and see in a little bit.
I think he's still got some live feeds, so Andre's going to grabbing the mic, come in here and get the headset on. Andre, first time I've seen it, running up and down the beach, grabbing some interviews with the elites of the sport. They're deep into the competition, already paddled their first lap out for the run, and you're grabbing them live on the interviews they run by, asking them how the race is going.
I'll tell you, that was really tough, and I thought those guys were going to punch me in the face. I mean, they were out of breath. They were tired. But it was fun, like something we're trying here. There was a little bit of static, so we got some little things to work on. But otherwise, it looked great.
That was awesome. Pushing the limits, that's what we like. Supconnect, bringing everybody together. All these folks that couldn't make it here live, we're bringing it to you.
That's right. And I also want to thank this webcast is the product of a huge collaboration across our entire sport. Not only we got a lot of brands supporting and a great partnership with Surftech, obviously, but we also have some great publication in the sport helping us out as well. In fact, you can watch this webcast all over the web and all over the world. Some of our partnering websites are Sup the Mag, obviously also one of the event sponsors. We also have Sup Journal. So Sup the Mag with Joe, Sup Journal there with Clay Feeder. Great work, guys. We also have Sup Racer with Chris Parker all the way from Australia, and I think he also has a base in Switzerland. So Nate from Sup Surf Mag helping out as well, getting the word out, so really great to have all these folks involved. A lot of athletes also helping, and I think it proves that people can come together for a great collaboration for the sake of a greater cause. So
no, it's neat. So many people together working behind the scenes and see something like this. It's tough because not everybody can make every race, and we want to share this with the world, the excitement that's going on here. Something unique for sure to mix in the run with the paddle. Lots of fun. We got the waves pounding people as they come in and out of the water, and it's neat. The elite here that showed up, I mean, this is pretty much the who's who in paddling. We got some top names out there.
That's right. A lot of, obviously, Candace and Anthony, they're here. Dave Maney commentating because he wants to focus in the surf. But we have Allison Riddle, Morgan Hoistry all the way from Hawaii. I think we also have Matt Becker all the way from Santa Barbara. So a great field.
Well, they're well on their way. They made that I'm going to say that's what, the third buoy turn out there, pretty much middle peak. They're going to turn. They're going to go past the pier all the way back down to the harbor mouth again.
Okay, and I shouldn't forget. So Casey Gotcher, all the way from Austin, Texas. He's also one of the partnering websites, and we want to give a shout out to the Sup Gladiator, Casey Gotcher. So Austin, Texas, sharing the stoke also on his website. So you can watch it all on Surftech, on Supconnect, and also on Ustream. And if you have to get away from your laptop or desktop computer, you can also watch it on your phone or tablet. All you have to do is go to Ustream and find the Supconnect channel. Or you can download the Ustream app and look for the Supconnect channel. There on that channel, we have pre-recorded clips from this very race that you're watching. So if you missed anything, you're going to be able to just go there and watch previous clips on demand as we're broadcasting live. That's some pretty nice feature, Chris.
That's incredible. Now, taking the tablet with you wherever you go. You got some work to do, some errands to run. Bring us with you wherever you want.
There we go. There we go. So, folks, let me give you a little bit of history here. You are looking at the buoy way outside. So let's see if we can bring the course map, and we're going to kind of explain what's going on here. And they're wrapping around the second buoy, and looking at that second buoy out there. So there we go. That's turn number 3. So that point right there is none other than Steamer Lane. A lot of surf history there. It's one of the most prestigious breaks in California and in the world. It's an incredible right-hander. As you can see, that whole point there, when there is a wave and a swell rolling, that wave is going to be reeling all the way along that cliff. So that's an amazing right-hander. Have you surfed that wave much, Chris?
I have. I've surfed it a few times, and it's pretty cool because the spot they actually paddle through Cowles, which is, I'm going to say, one of the best beginner spots in the world. A friendly wave, and actually we've got a surf contest that's going to go off there around noon, and that's our beginner intermediate. And then out past that is a place called Indicators, and that kind of shows what the break is doing out there at Steamer Lane, but that's a fun surf spot as well. And then all the way out, they're at Middle Peak, and Middle Peak, when it's going off, it's big wave out there.
Yeah, and I got an interesting story, actually. So yesterday, we have the privilege of staying at the Surftech team house, which is just around the corner from the point. And I paddled from the house all the way here to Cowles Beach. And I wanted to experience a little bit of the dynamics that the racers are going to be experiencing. Obviously, I paddled to surf because on low tide, there is like a killer wave here on the inside.
Fun. Oh, yeah.
And I also caught some waves on the outside. But what I found out is that there is like usually a howling northwest or west just off the point. So a lot of wind. And as you're coming in, you got a pretty nice downwind. But as you wrap around the corner, it's incredible. That wind just whips around and goes offshore. So as you're coming towards the beach, as those racers way out there wrapping around that buoy, And they're going to be feeling a lot of like offshore wind pressure pushing them out. In fact, we do have a map from Candace Appleby paddling last year. We're going to try to bring that to you in just a bit. But as you can see, she actually got pushed out quite a bit. So instead of having a straight line from buoy number 2 to the first buoy, she actually got pushed out at sea and had to paddle like a few, maybe, I don't know, an extra half mile or so.
No, yeah, Surftech puts on the Jay Moriarty race, and that's pretty much what we do is we come around, and it's the reverse. We come from Capitola, paddle this way, go around a similar buoy, and then paddle out to the 1 mile Coast Guard buoy. And you're pushed by the wind. It's kind of unique. It's a side wind, but it's almost a downwind. Then you paddle all the way back to Capitola. So the wind, it can be treacherous. And, I mean, past history events here, I mean, we've had hail, we've had rain.
That's right.
You name it. And today we've got sunshine and gorgeous weather. So it's exactly what we ordered up.
And it is a very good combination because let's break it down a little. You got, so right off the start, it's a beach start, so you do have a shore break to deal with. So it adds a lot of complexity to the start of the race, making it very interesting. Some people eat it, and that makes it for a very exciting start.
Makes it fun.
But we had a pretty mellow start today. There you go. That's somebody eating it.
We got some carnage right there. We got a sea kayak tandem going out, and they're actually coming right back. They're not even making it out. So, no. You mentioned that. We got the ocean currents. We got the waves, the swell.
There you go. You're watching them eating it right now. So there you go. Well, there it is again. So, well, that's good. You know, you got the blood running, the adrenaline pumping, and you're ready for the race. So this year we didn't have much of a shore break, a little bit, but it was a pretty clean start. And then off you go to round the wharf. So what happens from there, Chris?
From the wharf, we head up, and actually it's going south, and so they're working towards the harbor mouth. And they paddle down. I'm going to say that's about a mile. They paddle down around that buoy, and then they come back and basically return the same course coming around the harbor. So it's really cool, spectator-friendly. You get all the way out in the water. What you don't see out there's going to be a couple hundred seals and sea lions barking at you when you're in the water. This is an area known for those big fish in the water. We won't mention what they are, but, you know, the man in the gray suit, they're out there swimming around. So pretty much everything you can imagine here in Santa Cruz offered up. The wind is definitely going to be in your face paddling back, and then they got to come back in for one more beach run. And we got to see a change of pace up here. We had Slater Trout. It looks like he took over on the beach run. He came in second place.
That's right.
This last sprint will be fun.
That's right. That's right. So as they wrap around the wharf, they go all the way to the harbor, then they come around, and then they're facing, what is it, headwinds, right? So that's a pretty much downwind run. They're catching that west-northwest wind. Then they come upwind around the wharf, into the beach run, and then out. So then they go to the lane and they wrap around. We're going to bring that map to you. We got that map right here, and let's show you what happens. So this is Candace Appleby last year being tracked by a GPS device. And as you see, as she wraps around steamer lane, the offshore wind pushes her out. So that's you can see how she can be putting in a few extra.
Yeah, she's a little extra distance right there.
Yeah, an extra distance.
That's not what you want to do when you're racing. You want those straight lines.
That's
eliminate any extra paddling. But you know what? Mother Nature sometimes, she's the boss out there.
That's right. And so it's interesting because if you don't have that, vantage point, you wouldn't know that she's putting in all that extra mileage from the offshore. In fact, you look at the offshore and you think, wow, it's awesome. You got a pretty flat race. Don't have to worry that much about the wind, but that is not the case.
No, not the case at all. No, it's neat. Sometimes, I mean, a lot of these races out in the open ocean, you got to worry about the kelp beds. And what a lot of people, maybe if you're not familiar with the sport, you do have a skeg that's sticking down. And a lot of these race boards, I mean, they've got pretty extended skegs for the stability. And so you see that where the racers that know the kelp, they actually paddle those extra distances. They go around the kelp beds to stay away from it. It's pretty unique, some of these long-distance races where you have the choice to come in by the shore. You can use the waves. It's a lot of local knowledge that goes into it, so it's kind of fun here.
And let me give you a little bit of an insight into what goes behind the scenes with a webcast like that. So you don't know, but we got our creative here and our control room director, Eric Cox, just manning the whole booth. He has tons of screens on him. Helping out also, we have Corey Cox, and both of them together with myself coming all the way from San Diego, California. My wife, she actually worked on all the covers for the monitors and like a lot of the gear we have here because you never know. We've had hail and rain in the past, so we want to make sure we got quite a bit of gear and a lot of expensive stuff here at the beach. So even my wife helping out, so shout out to my wife. She's probably watching right now. And then obviously we got Sean from Surftech and also Duke from Surftech. and Chris Hollingsworth here on the commentating booth. A lot of Duke right now is holding the floating interview mic. So a lot of people just helping out, a lot of work, and also a lot of brands behind it to make it happen. It is pure love for the sport, and we want to, try to share the stoke and all the benefits of this great sport with as many people as possible, so they can be as happy and stoked and
that's right.
have their life changed as we've had.
No, that's what we talked about it, just touched on it briefly. I mean, I've got a large family. We like to paddle together, and it's so cool because we live far away from the coast. We're inland. We're up in the foothills, and it's just one of those unique things that everything else that I've tried, whether it's riding motorcycles, snowboarding, surfing, mom and dads and the little kids, everyone kind of has their own desire of what the conditions would be. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Everybody gets on a paddleboard. You get out there together. You're having fun. You go to the lake. You go to the river. You take these things anywhere. It truly is a life-changing experience. So that's hopefully what we're bringing to you folks. This is a taste. This is what happens at the beach. And a lot of people, they base their experience on stand-up paddling, what they've done in the ocean. It's hard. I mean, it's not the easiest thing. You get out there, the current's moving you around, the waves are going, people are a little nervous. When you do come to the beach, I get to laugh a lot because not everybody's swimming. And when you stand-up paddle at the ocean, you end up swimming a time or two. So make sure you give it a good, honest try. You get out a place where you're nice and comfortable. Get proper technique training. Seek out a professional. Find the right gear. Surftech's pretty much got a board made for everything.
And right now we're going to have like an instant replay, which is not so instant, but we're going to be bringing back, we already did an instant replay of the start of the race, and we're going to be looking at the start of the race again. Here we go. Replay brought to you by Oakley. So here is the start of the race, beach start. As you can see, not a lot of bump. Here we go, slow-mo. That's the transition right now. You want to mount fast. You want to start paddling, and you want to take the lead, because if you're not in the lead, you got a lot of chop to deal with. You got very little space to put that blade in the water. That's right. Things can get complicated. So there is a slow-mo of the start for you. Again, replay brought to you by Oakley and powered by Surftech.
And that's the thing, is we talked about that a little bit, the training techniques. Everybody wants to go out and they just want to paddle.
Yeah,
you need to practice that. I mean, they're on their board so fast. They're up, they're paddling. They got that chop down, quick stroke going.
That's right. That's right.
Amazing.
So quite a few different stroke techniques. And as you can see right now, it's just all out. You want high cadence. You want just find water, clear water, and keep that lead. So there you go. Replay brought to you by Oakley. And here we are, Chris. We're looking sharp, man.
Just hanging out.
All
this work behind the scenes, and here we're just sitting on the couch at the beach.
I know. We just got a couch.
It's beautiful. Gorgeous sunny day.
It is. It is. So just a quick race update. They are about to wrap around the buoy. I think now we have just the elite in the course. The short course should be over by now. Short course should be done.
Yeah, no, they paddled the same exact distance that the elites did. They all did the beach run one time, and those short course runners, they're done. They didn't have to go back in the water.
Because they're on the other side. Are we? Oh, there we go. Yeah, there you go. You're looking at the other side of the wharf, and some of them have already wrapped around the buoy. Now they're making their way back to the wharf, and they're going to come for the beach run. So that's going to be it. That's the last lap. They're probably on mile 5, I would say, right now.
Yeah, they got about a mile and a half to go. So for the end of that pier coming in, you're probably a good half mile.
So this is it. And let's talk also about how the scores take place. So this race takes place in conjunction with the surf contest, which is held at Steamer Lane. And then there's an overall winner. So you want to do really well or fairly well in this race, because your placement will be added with the placement of the surf contest. So you want to participate in both
that's the basis
events.
of the shootout, and that's the fun. I mean, Surftech putting this all together where we have not just your standard paddle race where you got to mix in the run, and then they want to find the ultimate water woman, water man, get you out in the waves and see what you can do with that skill set.
That's right.
I know Matt Becker, he wants to, backing up that title from last year on the waves. He was talking about having a good showing here on the sand, so we'll see.
That's right. And Anthony Vela, who won the race last year and did fairly well in the surf contest, is also looking for a top finish. So you got Matt Becker, the winner of the surf contest last year, together with Anthony Vela. Those are the two top contenders going to this year's event. But we also have Slater Trout, who is doing both, And in the surf contest, we have none other, our own commentator here who's standing by the sidelines. I'm going to step away and just have Dave Bainey step in and talk a little bit about the overall contest and how the race ties in with the surfing. And he's one of the best sup surfers in the world, Dave Bainey.
Dave Bainey, I'm just getting to hang out and getting to meet him. I don't know. Can we call him a sandbagger? Because, he doesn't seem very sick to me. And he said that he's nursing a cold or something. I think he's saving all his energy for the surf contest.
I know. So here we go. I'm going to step away. Dave Bainey, he's saving his energy for the surf contest. So, Dave, step in here and just take it away, man.
Dave, at least give me 1 or 2 fake coughs. Just so, we want those people out there in the web world.
Thank you,
They know
Andre.
that you're sick.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Nah, we're just teasing
I'm definitely
you.
feeling better than yesterday.
That's
but
good. That's what we like. We want healthy people out in the sport having a good time. And
not in race form, that's for sure.
No, I mean you got to give it your all in the race. But you mentioned it earlier today. You can kind of surf sick, and one of those things is when the waves are good, it's healing. It just makes you feel better.
Right.
I mean, you're going in the water no matter what.
You definitely get away with it because when you're sick, you have pockets of energy. So you could surf and have that energy, and you rest.
That's it.
In between waves. So when you're racing, you can't rest, so you just bonk, and that's it. So it looks like we're going to start doing some. What are they? Bios? Kind of bios.
Profiles coming
little
up.
profile hits. Let's check these out.
It's good to see the elite.
My name is Anthony Vela from San Clemente, California. That's in the United States. And my background is in swimming.
Hi, I'm Brent Pasco, come from Dana Point, California. My athletic background would be I was a soccer player growing up.
Hi, I'm Britt Oliphant. I'm from Bend, Oregon, currently living in Maui, and I have a background in cross-country running.
Hello, my name's Candace Appleby. I'm from San Clemente, California, and I came from surfing. That's what got me into stand-up.
Mexico.
All right, we're back in action.
We're just sitting over here chatting about stories of surfing and hanging out.
Yeah. No, those are cool little profiles. Good to see Vela. He's always smiling.
Always smiling. No matter what. In the middle of the race, getting an interview. The guy's smiling, having fun.
That was pretty funny, actually. I don't think I would have said a word to Andre.
I just slapped him. He's carrying a microphone. You're carrying a paddle. I think you win.
Oh, man. So where are they? Are they kind of – they're already rounded the buoy. They're coming – they're probably pretty close to rounding the pier now, huh?
Yeah, they should be the end of that pier. We're going to get a good visual, and we're going to see the fight coming all the way in.
All right, there's a little look. If my eyes don't fail me, that's a Slater Trout stroke in first and Chuck Glenn in second.
And this is when it's going to get fun because they're paddling as fast as they can. It looks like the two have broken away from the pack.
Yeah, you know what?
There's by no means a clear winner right there when you still got to run down the beach.
This is interesting because Chuck, he's got a lot of – he's a good sprinter. He did really good in the victory races last year. Mm-hmm. So you gotta imagine they're starting to put it into more of a sprint stroke right here just to get a little edge before the run. Slater's got maybe a 2-board gap or so. I want to see if that's smaller by the time they hit the sand.
No, we saw as they came in last time. I mean, one of them caught a wave, one didn't. And it's real quick to make up that 2-board gap.
I wouldn't have it any other way right here. I love it. I want them to hit the sand at the same time. I want to see a sprint.
That's right, coming down to a run.
I want to see blood. I want to see puking. I want to see elbows being thrown.
Now we're talking.
And then high fives after.
That's it. High fives and hugs. That's what it's all about.
But until then, I want to see anger. Let's see this. Look at this. So I want to say Chuck has closed it a little bit since the round of the pier. And you don't know what's going on in their heads. Maybe Slater's like, hey, I'm gonna relax.
Yeah, I got this in the bag, no big deal. We'll see. He did run a little bit quicker on the sand, and I don't know. Maybe Chuck was holding back a little bit.
I think Chuck. It's more important for him to get to the sand first. I do believe Slater will beat him on the run if they're tied at the run. So if Slater gets to the beach first, I think he's got it wrapped up. But I want to see Chuck catch him and get to the sand either before him or at the same time, because that'll just make it way more fun. And I mean, they're paddling fast. Look, they look at their gap between.
Yeah, in a course this distance, to have that much space between them and third place, they've done their work out there.
They've done the work, and I mean, there's no slouches behind them. I mean, we're talking Matty Becker, Anthony Vela, you know.
Yeah, stand up at any race that you'd see anywhere.
Exactly, world-class, elite paddlers. So, you know, that's how it happens. The guys who have that extra edge that day, you know, get up there. And
that'll be fun to maybe chat with them after the event and see what they did, see if they worked together at all, see if they, you know, did a little drafting, shared the lead.
I am curious to see that because Slater entered the water first and Chuck was behind him, and I saw he got right on his tail. So I'm curious to see if they switched off or not, because when they ran to that first buoy, Slater had maybe a 2-board gap on him by then. And so I don't know if he's just been leading the whole time or, you know, like you said, there were some tactics. But I got to say, Chuck had to work very hard to catch him right now. And I think Chuck's basically tied with him at the moment. And so that's impressive. That's very impressive.
It looks like we got our top 6 all the way around the pier's end.
You know what? There's going to be an insane finish for third, too, because I think third and fourth is going to come down to the run as well. So if you could see on the screen there, it looks like Chuck closed the gap. He might be drafting right now. I can't tell from this angle.
Yeah, they're close no matter what it is. I mean, that's the good part about this finish is it's not over yet, folks. We still got a run to happen down the beach. I mean, forget the run. They still got to get off the water. I mean, that's the cool part. I mean, these guys are so well-versed. They're coming in a little surf zone here, small little shore break. And your average person catching a wave on a race board normally doesn't work out too well.
So I got to imagine, I'm trying to think what I'm thinking. I'm trying to be Chuck and Slater right now.
That's right, inside the minds of the racer. Would you rather hit the sand first? I mean, I'd rather just hit the sand.
I'd rather hit the sand first, for
That's
sure.
Right. Make somebody catch you.
And I got to imagine Slater's was like, wow, Chuck just closed in on me. So why should I paddle super hard right now?
Right.
Let's just cruise with him. So I have energy on the run. I think Chuck's mindset's like, wow, I caught up to him.
I'm hanging in here.
I want to try to pass him right now because Slater's ran pretty fast. So they're pretty much tied, neck and neck.
And this is fun. I mean, the cheers on the beach, they start to get excited. They feel the energy from the crowd.
Ooh, I love this. Last year there wasn't this run, I don't believe.
No, I think it just ended after I think the conditions, it was like it was over from the water.
Well, I think Anthony had a decent gap where they didn't have to sprint kind of thing. They didn't come in at the same time.
This is looking good.
Look at this right here. No drama on the inside. Uh-oh.
Oh, Slater took
That's bad for Chucky. That's bad for Chucky because Slater's got the run.
A little separation. It all comes down to the beach run right here. What kind of legs does Chucky have left?
Slater with a little look back. He feels him. Look, Chuck's picking it up, though. I like this. Come on now. Slater with another look back. Oh, my gosh. Chucky's running fast. I am psyching.
This is good work right
here.
Look
at this. Slater's looking strong, though. Chuck paddled gnarly. Yeah, Slater. Right on, Chuck. There goes Slater under the pier. We will not see them. They got a 1/4 mile run. Chuck's right there.
Right with him. That's awesome.
All right, so here we got Matt Becker coming in third. Oh, dude, we got visual under the pier. I love this. Oh, my gosh. There's Slater running.
Oh, up in the dry sand. Look at that. Just trudging through the sand. Up around the Surftech flags.
There it is. Okay, let's see if we get a Chuck glimpse. Oh, he's right there.
He's there.
Okay, I think
the dash for the catch at the end. This is pretty good.
If I was Chuck, I would make myself puke.
Just go for it.
To have a chance to beat Slater Trout right now, I would make myself puke.
And Slater's just kind of running. You look at that. He's got good poise right there.
All right, so here we go. Third place, Matt Becker. He's looking spry, man.
Oh, look at him just
skipping. He's like a leprechaun right now. Yeah, Matty. Yeah, Slater. Oh, high-fiving the bros.
Come on, Chuck, dig deep.
Oh, dude, Chuck.
He's wanting it bad. Look at him.
He is. Slater's kind of casual kitty.
He is kind of cat and mouse right there. Kind of looking back.
Oh, there's Vela, last year's champion. He's in 4th. Strong finish. He's running good, too.
Oh, he is.
I'm
He looks
psyching
sharp.
on Vela. Now, let's see. Who is 5th right here? I can't get a handle on it. I wonder if that's a 14 or a 12-6 guy.
Yeah, I don't know. This is when it gets fun.
Hey, there it is. It's official. Slater Trout first across the line. Team Infinity. We got Chuck Glenn in 2nd. Very impressive race. I believe he was paddling his layered race board. 3rd place looks like it's going to be Matty Becker.
Representing Surftech.
Here comes Matt right under the...
Matt underneath the pier.
Yep, Matt's got 3rd sealed up.
Last year's surf champion, so you know he's feeling good going into the surf rounds.
Yep, Surftech team rider Matt Becker looking strong. 4th place, unless someone... There's pretty much good gaps. I'm going to call out Anthony Vela is going to pull...
Unless he stops for a sandwich, but you never know with Anthony. He might go play some games at the boardwalk. Coming through under the pier.
There's Anthony Vela, 4th place. This is an exciting race for me. This is the first time he rode an Infinity board that my dad shaped him.
That's awesome.
So I'm super stoked on him.
Making Infinity proud, making Quick Blade look good, carrying that paddle nice and high.
And there we go, Chance Fielder. Yeah, buddy.
That, I do believe, is Jimmy Spithill. And he is the...
14 or 12-6?
I don't know what he raced on, but he is like the captain of the Oracle America's Cup boat.
Oh, so he's like
and
stealth
he's
legit.
just like been showing up to every SUP race.
There he is. He's like mystery guy, right?
He is. No, he came into the Battle of the Bay, and I was looking online, and I saw Jimmy Spithill, and I was like, aren't you supposed to be like sailing a $2 million boat or something?
There's a lot of those guys popping up.
They know the way around water. They know hydrodynamics, and all of a sudden they're joining in on this fun.
I haven't got a name on this gentleman. He paddled super well.
He did.
I'm psyched.
And he carried the beard. He carried the ponytail.
Dude,
the guys got it all.
You got to fear the beard.
That's right.
He proved it right there.
He's running.
Oh, here we go. The young buck Willis doing the run too. We call him the Jack Russell. The guy's just like all day long bouncing off the walls and eating.
Keeping his energy high. That's the thing. I mean, running with the paddle. I mean, who goes out and runs down the beach with the paddle?
Not me.
And now you got to figure that one out. I mean, how do you
check
hold
this out too. We got Brody from Paddle Fit. He's right behind Willis, who he actually trains. I like that.
That's awesome.
The student beating the sensei right now.
You don't want the trainer to beat you. I mean,
there's going to be some trash talking at the dinner table tonight. Oh, he threw a shaka. Look at that. Aloha.
Have yet to see our first female.
Brody's a 14, so I don't know if he's. I wonder if he's first or second 14.
Looks like a visual out there. Looks like Surftech team rider and champion Candace Appleby. She's coming in right now. Got the shore pound to navigate.
Yep.
And she'll be out on her run. She was mentioning her booties were full of water. She chose to wear booties.
She did.
And she's running with an extra pound or two of water in the booties.
Oh, man. Here comes Brent Pasco. Yeah, Willis. Yeah, Brent. Chase Brody down, buddy. Oh, man. This is awesome. So I'm wondering who won the 14 class. Brody and Brent were both in the 14 class. Curious how they ended up doing.
That's pretty cool. No, it's fun.
Here comes Ben Sarazin, Boga team rider.
That's right. Giving the old wave.
Always a strong competitor. In this region, he's one of the top guys. Let's see. There goes Brody. Going to make his way through the finish.
Looks like we even got people like pace runners now. I mean,
hey, I recognize him from the pinch running. Maybe they did that.
Yeah, it looks like
he looks like the pinch runner.
Yeah, he does. He looks a little
I'm
spry.
onto these guys, dude.
No, it's like you got a pace setter out there. Let's make sure we're running right where you're supposed to be.
Oh, man. Look at Anthony Velas. Not even done. He's paddling back out. He's like, I'm not done. I'm just going to go paddle some more.
Gonna sneak in some surf. I mean, the tide's going down. It looks like the break against the wall over there, Cal's Beach, is starting to.
What do they call that? A warm down? I'm going to get a warm down.
I'm going to warm down in.
All right, here we go. Congratulations, Candace Appleby, winning the women's elite yet again. I wonder how it feels like to be Candace, to wake up to be Candace. Like, I'm going to win today.
I'm just going to win today. If I wake up and things go
I'm probably going to win.
I'm going to probably win this event, and I'm going to beat most of the guys as well.
That must feel weird. I don't have that feeling.
Well, when you wake up like Candace Appleby and you train and you follow her a little bit and you do the things she does, she earns every bit of it.
She does. She is definitely legit. And my favorite women's racer by far, for sure. I hang out with her and Anthony a lot, and I'm a Candace fan. I think we're going to try to get some Johnny on the spot interviews with Andre. He's over there with Slater and a couple of the guys, so we're going to get some live feedback with Da Boys.
Take it away, Andre. I think you're on live over there for the interviews.
From the cold, you know?
Oh, wait, how do we do this?
Yeah, we do the little that way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, to you. I don't know where I'm pointing. Oh, feedback.
The crackle feedback. Hopefully you at home don't hear what we're hearing.
There's Candace running by.
That was brutal. Dude, there were so many foam runners on the top side.
Victory lap right there for Candace Appleby. I've not seen second place female. It does look like Morgan maybe right there. Morgan Hostry from Hawaii coming in. Surftech team rider.
No, you're good. Keep going. You're fine. You're fine. Good job, Candace.
Looks like you're seeing a live feed right there.
Hey guys, just let me know when you want me to put the mic and play in your face.
Oh, clean out right there at the beach.
You don't have to look right at it.
Morgan opting for not doing the nose pearl. Very smart.
Very wise.
So that's Morgan in second, right? For the women's?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
And she's got some legs. Look at her running
Look,
past
she
the
is
guy.
running.
Oh, yeah. She's like, that wasn't a very long paddle.
I know.
I normally
I'm
now go run a
psyching
half
on her because
marathon.
there's no other than self.
Yeah, that's self-inflicted pain.
Yeah, there's no reason to sprint because she has a decent lead.
I think she's just going to beat one more guy. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, looks like as Morgan runs by right now, we're going to head over to the live interviews with some of our champions. Nice job, Morgan.
Yeah. I got that one.
I want to make sure you folks that are
trying to get you some live feed. Looks like Andres with Slater on the beach right now, so we're going to go there and interview first place Slater Trout Surftech Shootout race right now. Looks like Duke's going to do the interview, huh? They're Johnny on the spot. Yes, no?
Duke, it's all you, Duke.
Okay, so I am here with the winner of the 2013 Surf and Sand Duathlon. Slater, tell us a little bit about the race. This is your first time doing the race. Tell us a little bit about what you thought.
I thought it was awesome. I mean, I've never been to this race, and the guys from Surftech have wanted me to come out and compete for the last couple of years, and I know it was kind of sketchy at first to come out just because like the hail one year, the crazy hurricane conditions the next year, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go do it this year, and yeah, so I decided to come out here, and luckily we have beautiful, almost Hawaiian weather. It's warm, and I thought I was gonna have to wear a wetsuit, but I got to wear my board shorts, so I was in my comfort zone, and yeah, I went out and a couple guys, you know, Chuck and Matt and Vela all pushed me really, really hard, and it was a quick race, but the run was absolutely brutal. That threw a whole nother element into it. And yeah, I'm really happy to get the win.
Well, well done. So the course itself, was there anything that you enjoyed about the course in terms of going to the harbor and going out to the steamer lane? Were you able to see waves on the course at all?
A little bit. You could feel the swells coming out, and I wasn't really focusing on the waves too much, but you could definitely tell there was waves. You could hear the horn of the surf contest. So we got kind of by steamer lane, but it was on that last buoy heading down, there was a lot of runners, and I knew just from being in Hawaii and being comfortable with swell, I knew I could maybe open up a tiny gap on the runners, and that's what I tried to do. And then it was just an all-out brutal finish, and came down to the run, and yeah, it was really exciting.
Well done, Slater. Now, the second place finisher here, I'll have you step up. So, Chuck, you guys were going toe-to-toe, it seemed like, from the start. Can you tell us about what was going on out there, and were you guys trading back and forth?
Yeah, at the start, I fumbled in the start and tried to just catch up to them, and I got into the 4th place spot on the train. Slater was leading it. Matt Becker and Anthony Vela were ahead of me, and then started rotating positions. On the way back, we tried to sprint it from the pier back to break away. I got a wave in, Slater got the wave in, and we broke away in the run. On the way out, Slater pulled, and then we switched, and then he was able to catch the runners on the way back down to the harbor. They opened up a gap, and then coming into the wind, I saw he was going wide. So I cut it up, and we caught each other again right at the pier. Came down to the run to finish.
So a little bit of a tactical maneuver there. You saw him going wide, and you found, hey, that might be my shot to kind of close the gap a little bit, which you did. And then you guys came into the run. And how were you feeling when you hit the beach? Did you feel like you had a lot of juice left in you, but potentially run him down?
Yeah, I got behind him coming in to try and store up some energy, and then trying to get around him, he kept getting back in front of me. And he got in front of me when the wave came, and he got the wave in, which put him about 30 feet in front of me in the run. And I brought it down to like 15 feet or so. He is on his game.
Yeah, he definitely is on his game, as are you. And we will look forward to seeing both you and Slater up at Steamer Lane this afternoon. Is that right? Are you in the shootout?
Yeah. I think we both did well yesterday, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's great to watch you guys in action at the lane, and look forward to, and congratulations on your 2nd place finish here, and look forward to seeing you up at Steamer Lane later today. All right, now we have Matt Becker. Loser, baby. So, Matt Becker, you won this event. You won the race in 2011, I believe. Tell us a little bit about that and how that year compared to the race this year.
That year was, I was kind of thinking about it today. It was so just gnarly, almost novelty. I remember standing on the beach and Jane Schweitzer, my buddy Jane Schweitzer, was over here from Hawaii, and it started hailing. He's like, bro, what is this stuff? And it was insane. And I actually had a really good time just because it was so crazy. It was more or less being able to, it was more or less just a feat to be able to finish it, more or less get 1st, 2nd, or even 10th. So that year I actually had a surprisingly good time. And then as compared to this year's a lot more of what we're used to, which is flat water, sweating, and stressful racing, because you're always worried about the guy behind you and in front of you. So it was a little bit more textbook, I guess you could say.
Gotcha. And as far as you go, what would you prefer? Do you prefer those gnarly conditions? Is that your thing, or do you prefer the?
It's kind of, I wouldn't say I would choose one over the other. I do kind of enjoy doing that pretty well, because they're smart, and they put on a great day. And that for me, it's just when it's those kind of days, it's more or less I have the same mindset as going into like Molokai. I'm not trying to win, I'm trying to finish it. So it makes it, those days for me, it's just, it's pretty fun.
It's fun. Well, it sure is fun watching both when it's nice and sunny out as well. Yeah, I love it. So ultimately, at this point, the golden goose of winning both the race and the surf event is out. So right now, Slater Trout he's got the whole shot for that one. How does that make you feel? And is there something in you that makes you go, man, if I get Slater in heat, I got to make sure that I beat that guy so he doesn't win both of them?
Yeah, I go into every race trying to have a good time, because I know if I have a good time, that means I'll be competing to my best, and it would be nice to win both, but it is what it is, and the more you think, the more pissed off you get, the more it just doesn't make it fun. For me, I think it gives me a little bit more, it's like, okay, now I'm going to try and win the surf division. And I feel I always kind of got an upper hand, coming into this event, especially in the surfing, just because it's what I'm used to, point break wave, it's not
perfect. It's not perfect. So you really, the surfers that know how to use the wave to dictate what they're doing, not dictating what the wave, or in case you know what I'm trying to say, and or I should say, the surfers that can read the wave the best are going to be surfing the best and ultimately winning. And like I said, I think I have the upper hand of that just because I'm used to waves that aren't perfect. So, and I like going forehand.
Well, you do a great job of going forehand, and you are the reigning champion in the shootout. We look forward to watching you in action up there again this afternoon. Good luck, and well done today, Matt.
Hey, thank you.
We got the girls, right? That's what happened, right?
You want to keep going?
Well, okay, I turn around and look who we have here. We have number 1 and number 2 here today. So ladies, why don't you stand right over here? I've got Candace Appleby and Britt Oliphant here. So first we'll start with Candace. Let's have you stand over here so you can see our camera. Candace Appleby, man, is there anyone that can stop you?
Maybe.
That's a tough question, I know, for such a humble athlete. Candace, this is your 3rd win in a row, I believe, here at the Surf and Sand Duel. What does it take to win this race? You have won in hail, you have won in cold, but the conditions with big waves, and now you're winning it in 70 degrees flat water. What does it take to win this race?
Well, it definitely felt like, I don't want to say easier because it wasn't easier with the competition, but it felt like an easier race this year just given the conditions. I'm sure if you were to look at all the times are probably much faster across the board. And it was quite pleasurable out there compared to the last couple years. So I was pretty stoked on that, and I haven't done a race in over a month, so I had a little bit of hunger in me for a race, and been doing lots of cross training and lots of CrossFit. So I feel really, really strong, and trying to do a lot of stand-up surfing and not paddle too much as far as just paddle training. Get enough in, but leave enough room to have that kind of hunger so that I could get that paddle high when I'm out there.
Yeah, well, it's always interesting that one of the early races in the season because you just don't know where everybody's fitness level is. Tell us about this event. What is it about coming up to the shootout and the Surf and Sand Duel that is it a unique event, and what makes you come back here every year?
It's really neat because this is the home base for Surftech, so I kind of get to feel a little bit of home away from home, and also get to feel really connected to the brand because that's the brand I represent and I love, and get to see all the guys that are behind the scenes making things happen. So for me, that's what makes it really special. But the fact that we get to go surf Steamer Lane, on our stand-ups and not get hassled by guys and shortboarders is pretty cool. And we got our first all-women's heat out there yesterday, and we're gonna go. So that's pretty special, pretty unique, and I'll keep coming back for sure. Just keep the weather like this though.
Weather, but we absolutely love having you here. You are such a great athlete and so fun to watch in action. Lastly, tell us about, there goes Joe Bark. Tell us about Steamer Lane. You guys surfed a heat yesterday. How were the waves, and what are your thoughts for the rest of the event up at Steamer Lane?
The waves were super fun yesterday. It was pretty glassy. There's a little bit of a warble on the wave sometimes. You get on the high tide, you get the reverb from the cliff. So it's almost like this invisible bump that you don't see until you're on the wave, and then you kind of feel it in your legs a little bit. But gratefully you have the paddle, so you get to kind of brace and accentuate maneuvers, and it's super fun. A super rippable, great stand-up wave, and definitely some sets to be had. And I think today it might be a little bit better even than yesterday. I was kind of focused during the race, so I wasn't really peeking up, to the north to look at the sets, but I heard the guys say that it was pretty good.
Good, well, now you can switch to ripping this afternoon. 3rd straight win, and good luck up in the shootout today.
Thank you very much.
All right, now we will talk with young Britt Oliphant. Britt, so tell us, you weren't feeling really good leading up to the race.
Yeah, I went to the race in Mexico and just had a lot of traveling, so I was down and out for about 2 weeks, and so I just did something that's kind of hard for me and just rested. And so I definitely could feel it during the race. Not going to go into details, but actually I felt pretty strong. So I think the rest really helped.
Well, you look really strong out there, and so this is your first surf and sand duel, and you're also competing in the shootout. Tell us about your experience up here in Santa Cruz, and how's the event gone for you so far?
I've been just having so much fun. Santa Cruz is such an awesome place, and me and my dad just went and explored yesterday, and I just think the town and all the people are so special, and I think that's what makes the event so special. Like Candace was saying, getting to surf Steamer Lane with only 4 other girls on stand-ups is never ever going to happen unless you're in a contest setting like this. So I was just out there having so much fun and just grinning ear to ear, and then just icing on the cake coming out here today and getting to race and just having a good race, beautiful weather, and just a bunch of awesome people. So.
Well, Britt, you were killing it yesterday. I watched you out at Steamer Lane, and you were like a kid in a candy store. Every wave that came through, this girl was on it. So, you know, you don't often get a chance to go surf Steamer Lane with you and just 3 other girls, and you sure took advantage, because I don't think you stood still for any moment of that 20 minutes. So do you have any strategy for today? Now that you've surfed the heat out there, you know what you're up against with Candace and Morgan and Diane and some of the other girls. Is there a strategy now going into day 2?
Well, for me, stand-up surfing competitions, it's all kind of new to me. I mean, my background, a lot of paddleboarders, their background is in surfing, and mine is more in like cross-country and track running. So for me, the surfing thing's all kind of new, so I'm just really focusing on just like catching good waves that are a manageable size for me, not getting it over my head, and just, you know, trying to surf a good heat and being smart. Yeah, maybe not catching every single wave I see, being a little bit more selective, but all in all, just having fun and enjoying the time that we get to have out there. So.
Well, it doesn't look like anyone's having any more fun than you in this event. Congratulations, incredible second place finish for you today, and we look forward to seeing you up at the lane later.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, back to you guys.
All right, I think that's our cue over here. It looks like we're wrapping things up.